know, there from a first-time investor to a long-term investor that's been doing this for a while, the one thing I speak about the most, and I see it in both categories, and I can't say it enough, is taking the emotions out of the project. I run into it all the time, and I promise you that keeping the emotions in it is going to cost you money, it's gonna cost you time. Nothing good comes of it. This is a business, and you have to keep that in mind that this is your business.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Bursey, and today we're talking about the critical and often most challenging part of any profitable flip or build: construction management. Every successful investor needs a contracting partner they can trust to keep their projects on time and on budget. To help us master that process and secure those margins, I'm thrilled to welcome a true expert to the show. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dustin Raiford of Grace Contracting. Dustin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It is just
Thank you,
awesome
Scott.
having you here. For our
I've been
listeners who
looking
may
forward
not
to it
be
myself.
familiar with your world, I guess, Dustin, fill us in. How did you start your career, and where are you now?
So, kind of a long story short of it, I started off years ago in real estate as a real estate agent and then a broker. As economy and things changed, wife was laid off while pregnant. I kind of looked at other avenues, and something that the family background had done a lot of was construction and investment, multifamily investment on my dad's side. And I started at the bottom. I started cutting grasses and cleaning houses. Went into painting, touching up, getting things ready. We had a contract with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac at the time for a company I worked for, and that's kind of where I got the start, and moved up to estimating and a project manager. And then over the years decided some of the places I worked, I felt like just wasn't doing the client justice, wasn't doing them, the right way. And our family values, our faith, things like that kept me from moving forward with that type of work. So we started Grace Contracting, and we've marketed ourselves exclusively to investors, mainly single family properties. We probably do more rentals than we do flips at the moment, but that always, year to year changes. But I'm going on 19 years now doing this, and my dad's been in it. He'll hate me saying this, but 40 years, mainly on the multifamily side. And as he's semi-retired, he came into my market, moved here, and has joined with me. And then I have the next generation up and coming under me, my daughter, my son. So it's been a thrill. It's nice to bring the values onto another generation and help us stand out from the crowd. So.
And that's a true testament to doing it the right way. Longevity. That's playing the long game. That's awesome. Dustin, cost overruns are the bane of every real estate investor's existence. What is the single biggest factor that contributes to unexpected budget blowouts on a typical residential flip, I guess?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Here, we're in the Houston market in Texas. We cover a lot of areas without and our surrounding. I know different markets have different challenges. Ours is sewage lines. That's something that comes up because 75% of the homes have foundation problems here. And sometimes it's a light adjustment, sometimes it's more, and you get a lot of cracked sewage lines. And that's something I can't tell you when I go to do an estimate. I can guess, I can budget, but you know, we can't put a number on it until something happens, until you scope the lines, and then, it's kind of too late at that point. So budgeting for it is always a plus, but that's one of the biggest surprises we see. The next, as far as what we consider change orders, for us, it really comes down to the clients. It's kind of keeping them in a matter of let's not over rehab, let's not alter from where we originally were. People will come with ideas after the fact. Maybe the color shade they chose is not exactly what they wanted, and trying to keep them from redoing it and wasting money because they're not going to profit off changing that. So it's not like in a color that's offensive or something like that. We didn't paint a pink wall, but maybe they just didn't like the shade of the white wall or the gray wall. So that's a challenge for us.
Sure. And Dustin, on that note, when a real estate pro is deciding between two projects, let's say, updating a kitchen versus adding a primary bathroom, which of those upgrades offers the most reliable dollar for dollar return on investment in today's market?
That's a hard question because when I meet with investors, those are the two main areas I talk about. You want to spend money in the kitchen and you want to spend it in the bathroom, especially the primary bathroom. So choosing between them is hard, but if you're missing that bathroom, then it needs to be the bathroom because the bathroom is going to bring you more ARV. It's going to, you know, open you up to more clients, even if you're keeping it and it's a long-term rental, you're still going to have more people interested in that extra bathroom. And the kitchen is something that if 2 or 3 years down the road you decide, you know what, I want to revamp the kitchen a little, you can do it. Going a few years down the road and trying to add a bathroom, maybe while you still have tenants in there or in between tenants, is a larger project. So I would definitely go with adding that bathroom.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's a spreadsheet saver right there.
Mm,
And this has been
yes.
on my mind since we booked you. Dustin, what is the one non negotiable item, service, or clause that every real estate investor should insist on from their contractor to protect their timeline and capital?
Yeah. So when working with the GC, it has to be someone that you trust. So, I mean, getting the proper references, really researching them, seeing what they're about, seeing if you can see examples of their work, seeing what kind of information's out there about them. If Google them, I mean, it's the simplest thing. We come up against contractors that we'll see an estimate for, and we'll Google them, and there's nothing. There's no Facebook. There's no website. Nothing. And I know something like that could be put together, but it just shows longevity of the contractor. But something to keep in mind, so we provide an estimate, which turns into a scope of work, which turns into the contract for the job. We quote $1,000 a day worth of work being done, $60,000 rehab, 60 working days. We don't count Sundays or holidays.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Now, a few things goes back, natural disaster. We've had Harvey hit, in our area and destroyed any timeline you could think of. So natural disasters, non-payment of draws from clients, things like that could alter that. But you really want a locked-in schedule. Some clients want a penalty phase in there for the GC. I don't have a problem signing that, something that's a fee per day if you go over that time frame. And I'll be honest with you, over the years, I think twice we've paid out on that. And one out of our hands, other one, yeah, we were a few days late and it was acceptable. So, but for the most part, once you have a working relationship with a GC, with your team, those things become a little less of an issue. No one minds signing it. No one minds agreeing to terms. But that is something that you should have to protect, especially when you're starting a relationship. You got to protect everything that you're doing on that property. The scope of work is another area that you really got to make sure that you understand the scope of work. The GC and you are on the same page. It's a very important, I think, for investors to have mentors, not just friends that are in real estate, not just friends that have watched the TLC show of how to flip a house. It needs to be someone that really specializes in this and can make sure that they also agree that y'all look like y'all are on the same page.
Absolutely. Those relationships are so critical. So very critical. And I got to ask you, supply chain issues have been relentless. For investors planning their next build or renovation, what simple material substitution or design choice can they make right now to drastically mitigate timeline delays?
You know, making sure you have all your choices up front. So a lot of our clients, because of our reputation, allow us to kind of proceed as we would like. So we call it, when we give an estimate out, you can do it the grace way, or you can choose, or you can kind of meet in the middle. The more you choose, the more expense is going to be, because you could see two different tiles for that shower, and even though there are very few differences in it, one could be $2,000 more for this, and you're going to choose that. So I try to take some of those choices out of it. And I've done this in classrooms before where I show two showers and say, which one would you prefer? Most people do choose that one that looks a little, different. And I say, okay, that one's $2,000 more. Which one do you choose? Everyone chooses the cheaper one. And that's because you're not going to see them next to each other. So to answer that question is really to make sure you have your selections all chosen before the job starts. And then if there's anything that is not available or looks like it will be delayed, we can look at alternatives to it at that point. Right now, we're not seeing a huge shortage of anything in particular, except maybe a certain color, certain style, or brand that you prefer. And part of this is you need to be flexible. Um, and to keep in mind that it's a business, and business decisions need to be made, not emotional decisions when you're flipping a home or renting one out. It needs to all come from a business standpoint and treated like that.
Sure. Hey, that was an excellent breakdown. Flexibility is the new foundation.
Yes.
And looking
Yes.
ahead, what emerging construction technology or sustainable building practice should real estate pros be tracking for future proof their properties and gain a competitive edge, I guess, Dustin?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
You know, everything's evolving, of course, every day. AI technology, things like that. I'm seeing so many people send me AI images of what they want the home to look like at this point instead of sending comps and things like that. So that's a huge advantage. Getting involved with an AI platform to help you choose what you would like to do to the home, what the home would look like, colors like that would be a huge advantage for investors. And then as far as actual products going in the home, trends come and go, colors change over time, but just making sure that you're not putting something too outdated in it. So that kind of goes back to comps. That goes to your mentorship, a GC you can trust. I still see properties that have an older style dome light that a GC has just put in, and we're putting LED can lights in. It's a huge difference. Same pricing, faucets, things like that. There's no need to go still with the basic stuff when you can, if the GC plans it out correctly, buys them in bulk, shops for that discount, it can still provide a quality, higher end looking product for the same price as that lower end builder grade. That's really the moves you wanna look towards, is making sure you're putting a nice product in the home that meets the demand that's out there now. Technology-wise, some of these, as you're getting into a more higher end flip, these automated systems that they can put in, a little above what we do, but we do have people we can call in for that, but all those things are really changing the game.
Yes, I can see that. What golden nugget or takeaway would you like to present to our audience today?
You know, there from a first-time investor to a long-term investor that's been doing this for a while, the one thing I speak about the most, and I see it in both categories, and I can't say it enough, is taking the emotions out of the project. I run into it all the time, and I promise you that keeping the emotions in it is going to cost you money, it's gonna cost you time. Nothing good comes of it. This is a business, and you have to keep that in mind, that this is your business. It might not be your full-time business at this point, but this is your full-time retirement at this point. If you want to get to that point, then you need to treat it like a business now. You don't, if we're putting your money in a 401k, you don't sit there and pick the colors of the logos of the companies you're investing in. You don't go through all these details. You trust someone that you're using to manage your money, and the same thing in the investment game. You need a team that you can trust to manage your money, and even if it's a ceiling fan at a time, that's trusting someone with your money and your future. And you need to find someone that doesn't take that lightly. We understand that what we do affects your future, your kids' future, your grandkids' future. It also affects ours. So we're in the same boat on that, and we want to make sure that we're providing a service that not only exceeds expectations, but keeping you from making a mistake of over rehabbing, under rehabbing. Our goal is for you to maximize your profits, shorten your time frame, so that you're doing this for years. We've seen so many come and go one time, and they've had horror experience with someone else, or even they've had a good experience maybe with us, but they had a bad experience with the loan, or they couldn't get the home rented or sold as quick as they thought, and they give up. So sticking with it, and I can't stress enough of surrounding yourself with the right people, the right team. A team can bring you down, or a team can make you.
That is excellent advice. And Dustin, we've covered a lot of ground here today, and I know a lot of people are going to want to tap into your brain, so to speak. For the listeners who want to build with you or just follow the play-by-play of your journey, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So all of our social media is at Grace Contracting TX. Our website is gracecontractingtx.com. My personal email address is Dustin Dustin at Grace Contracting TX. And if you put in the subject line, Ask Dustin, then we'll be happy to answer any questions on email, on social media. We sometimes talk about the question if we feel like it's something that's maybe a lot of people have the same question, and we'll answer it there too. But yeah, that's a big part of what we do is educating clients, investors, even ones that aren't working with us. We're called out a lot of times when someone is maybe they want a second pair of eyes on their project. Probably 70% of our clients we've never met in person. They're out of state investors investing in this market. And for us to do that, our software that it gives updates and keeps track of everything, our knowledge, our trust is what we've, branded ourselves on to get that type of business. So
You certainly
we're definitely
have,
here to help.
and that's why you've been in the business for 40 strong, illustrious years.
Yeah.
Dustin, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having us. I was been super excited about getting this chance to work with you on this, and I hope we've really lightened some ideas up for the group here.
Your insights have been very valuable. And for our listeners, we appreciate you. If you caught a vibe or found some gems in this episode, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We've got a heavy hitting lineup of guests just like Dustin coming your way soon. Until next time, keep your standards high and your vision clear. We'll see you in the next episode, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.